So you want to start investing and preparing for your future. Maybe you're planning for retirement or saving for a big purchase. Maybe you've heard of the tax-free savings account, but you're not sure exactly what it is or if it's right for you. Well, in this video, I'll go over the TFSA Basics, who it's for, and how you can benefit from it. Hi, my name's Scott, and on this channel, I discuss personal finance and growing wealth. If that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on my most recent videos. I'll start by saying that the TFSA has a pretty unfortunate name, as it can lead some people to think of it as a standard traditional savings account. A much better name for it is the tax-free investing account, but I guess that didn't really roll off the tongue as nicely. While you can certainly open a savings account within your TFSA, you will not be harnessing the true power of this amazing investment vehicle. Keep in mind that a TFSA is not an investment in and of itself, but rather a container that can hold cash and investments. Within a TFSA, you can hold cash, GICs, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, and some options contracts. At this point, I do need to make a disclaimer that I am not a financial professional and nothing in this video should be construed as financial advice. Please consult a financial professional before making any decisions with your money. As you may have guessed from the name, the tax-free savings account's biggest benefit is that it can grow tax-free. For instance, let's say you put $1,000 into an investment inside your TFSA today, and in 10 years it has grown to $2,000. You can then withdraw that full $2,000 tax-free. Whereas in a taxable investment account, you would need to pay taxes on that growth. Boo! This is easily the biggest benefit to a TFSA in my mind. A close second is that you can access your money whenever you want, penalty-free. With an RRSP, which is a different type of investment vehicle, there are rules and regulations about how and when you can access your money, and if you break those rules, you may be subject to fees and taxes. This isn't so with a tax-free savings account. This all sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? I'm glad you asked, as there are a couple downsides to the TFSA, but they pale in comparison to the benefits. Firstly, there is a cap to how much you can contribute to your TFSA. Now this makes sense, because if it was limitless, then nobody would ever owe taxes on their investments, and I can't see the government going for that. Keep in mind that the contribution cap is increased on January 1st of each year, or at least it has every year since its inception, but there's no guarantee that will continue forever. For 2022, an additional $6,000 of contribution room has been added. The second downside has to do with withdrawing funds from your TFSA. Let's say your TFSA contribution cap on January 1st, 2022 is $12,000, and on that day, you use up all your contribution room. Then on January 2nd, you realize you need $5,000 of that cash. No problem. You can withdraw that $5,000 penalty-free. But here's the catch. You don't regain that $5,000 of contribution room until January 1st, 2023. If you were to put the $5,000 back in before 2023, you would have over-contributed and will be charged 1% per month on that excess contribution. One thing to keep in mind, just say you invest in risky company XYZ and that company goes under. You do not regain the contribution room for the money you put into that company. It's just gone.
And it's gone.
What?
So while investing in speculative stocks in your TFSA could result in large tax-free growth, you could also lose that entire contribution room forever. These drawbacks aren't the end of the world though. They simply require you to keep track of what you contributed, what you've withdrawn, and encourage you to be smart with your investments. Aside from that, it's an amazing investment tool. As for who is eligible to open a tax-free savings account, any resident of Canada with a valid social insurance number and who is at least the age of 18 is allowed to open and contribute to a TFSA. Earlier I mentioned that there was a maximum contribution limit to the TFSA, and this is where a little math gets involved. Don't worry, it's not bad. If you are already 18 years of age or older and have not yet opened a TFSA, don't panic. All the room that you would have been eligible for previously is still waiting for you there now if you open your TFSA today. If you turned 18 in 2009 or before, then you are eligible for the maximum possible contribution limit, which in 2022 is $81,500. If you turned 18 after 2009, then that's where the math kicks in, as you only start accumulating contribution room as of the year in which you turned 18. So, if you turned 18 in 2010, then your maximum contribution room if you opened your TFSA today would be $76,500. To identify how much your maximum contribution room is, simply look up the year in which you turned 18 on this chart and add up all the values as of that year. So, if you turned 18 in 2021, even if your birthday is December 31st, then in 2022, your maximum contribution limit is $12,000. At this point, I hope you can see the incredible benefits the TFSA can bring and why I think it is hands down the best investment vehicle for a Canadian investor. In short, if you don't have a tax-free savings account,
get one!
You might be wondering how you can open a TFSA, and luckily they aren't hard to come by. Basically, every investment firm in Canada can open a TFSA for you. A great option for Canadian investors is Wealthsimple, who offers a couple different options depending on how much control you want to have over your investments. Firstly, there is Wealthsimple Trade, where you are responsible for buying and selling all securities in your account. Secondly, there is Wealthsimple Invest, where you leverage their robo-advisor to invest for you. For a fee, they invest your funds and keep your portfolio balanced based on the risk tolerance you set up when registering. If you want to sign up for Wealthsimple, there's a link in the description below that you can get some free perks when registering. If you found this video informative, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button, as it'll help spread this video to more people wanting to learn about the tax-free savings account. And if you want to catch my next video, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.